You know what time niggas is on, bro. Endeavor sucks. Endeavor's writing sucks.
Roger imitated a black man. Like, what? Good
Yo,
job.
Imitate. Wait, what?
He left and went on an adventure and never came back. This man became famous and just said, forget it.
You look at all their accolades, Ace is just a carbon copy of Roger who didn't accomplish his goal. And if Ace didn't die, like, what else was I looking forward to? Just his interactions with Luffy? What's separate?
He's the reason that we have the next generation continuing on to go find the One Piece. If he didn't say anything and died, it ended right there. He was the changing part of history.
What's going on, YouTube? We're back with another video, and this time we're going to be talking about a topic we found online. Apparently, Endeavor and Shoto are better written than Ace and Roger. We're about to get into it and share our thoughts here. Okay, One Piece side, what we got going on here? What you can try, but what
I don't even know why you breathe like that. Go ahead, man.
You know what time niggas is on, bro. Endeavor sucks. Endeavor's writing sucks. Point blank. I feel like when we talk about writing, I feel like Todoroki kind of carried that side because Todoroki had the whole like his story was stolen from Avatar. You know, I didn't want to put the heavy hitter out there too early, but you know I'm trying to win. But him and Zuko are literally 1-to-1. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand why people like Shoto's writing. But when we look at One Piece, we look at Roger being the Pirate King. We kind of see some stuff with Whitebeard and how he interacted with Whitebeard and stuff like that. I feel like Roger had a huge impact outside of just being the Pirate King later on in the story. The character was simply
impactful. You feeling like a lot of stuff, but like writing wise, you're sleeping on Endeavor. There's not many other stories that have stories like Endeavor, and we actually get to see them like live it out, understand the consequences of it. The character development is unmatched, especially when we're comparing it to two people who are barely shown and one's dead. Who's dead? Like, both of y'all are donuts. Like, there's no point of us really discussing it, in my opinion, because, like, again, thematically, on screen, off screen, in the manga, you get a lot more depth. Now, the conclusion may not have been the strongest, but, like, even the wraparound to them visiting him, spoiler alert, in jail, I think it's just a great family moment in comparison to Ace, whose dad isn't even his actual dad, and Roger, who we still know not much about other than he's a goofball similar to Luffy, but not as much of a goofball like Luffy to obtain all the accolades. But thematically, character development wise, yes, we did steal, but we stole in a interesting way. And as the Avatar representative himself, we still taking that. Like, it's still a good story. Y'all should have stole better.
And we stole very well. You guys, Roger imitated a black man. Like, what's good job.
Imitate. Wait, what?
He left and went on an adventure and never came back. This man became famous and just said, forget it.
Ace did the same thing. He got packed up by
first
himself.
Off, Roger didn't just leave and say forget it. Roger actually achieved the goal of what every pirate wanted to do. He got to the end. It just wasn't his time. And so he knew, okay, I'm going to pass it on for the next generation. When he knew that it was time to go out, he went out like a dog. He carried on the next era, which
like
got
a dog.
What's
like
separate?
He's the reason that we have the next generation continuing on to go find the One Piece. If he didn't say anything and died, it ended right there. He was the changing part of history. He's still mentioned to this point.
Now I see. I'll give y'all.
Even Vegapunk still mentions him right now.
That's what happened.
My thing is like when you're looking at Ace and Roger on like just you throw them both at the raw and you look at all their accolades. Ace is just a carbon copy of Roger who didn't accomplish his goal. And if Ace didn't die, like what else was I looking forward to? Just his interactions with Luffy. His writing wise, Ace kind of falls flat. He's very cool, But Sabo is a lot more interesting to me, story wise, writing wise, than Ace ever could be.
Ace
Roger has a lot
because he was going against somebody who he thought should have been a part of his team, Blackbeard. But he was out there doing his stuff. He went to Wano. He had the whole goal of being able to try to fight Kaido. Kaido just wasn't there. But he was obviously a warlord, so he got his achievements. He went up. It's just his story got cut short.
I mean, it's not my thing.
Character.
My question is more so in comparison to Roger, writing wise. Ace is just another carbon copy of Roger who did not fully accomplish his goal, because I mean it got cut short early. I think we gotta at least say that. But when we're looking at like Endeavor and Todoroki, even though writing isn't just about if they achieve their goal or not, they're two opposites. So I feel like writing wise we spanned a lot further. We have the abusive father, we have the more cold, no pun intended, and hot Todoroki or Shoto. So to me, you know, the icy hot combo is way better than y'all two's, because Ace is just a copy of Roger that we get to see on screen, sorta. All we look forward to with Ace to me is just what did he do, and when is he going to see Luffy again? But what you got?
I think Ian agrees with me. I don't think he's a copy, but I'll let you go ahead.
No, even if I see that what you're saying about it being a copy, because he kind of went around and did what he wanted to do, same thing as Roger. So I can understand the copy aspect. I think the dynamic that we get outside of him just being a copy is that he was a brother to Luffy. We get the dynamics between him, Sabo, and Luffy as a child.
You don't think Roger and Whitebeard were kind of brothers?
No, Roger and Whitebeard were definitely brothers, but I'm saying that even on top of, like, we get that, but I'm saying with Ace in general, I'm just saying because the way you were talking about Ace, I feel like just Ace, but in general, we get the dynamic between all three of them and that relationship with, what's the lady name? The Don, even with Garp, I feel like we get a lot of that with Ace outside of what we didn't get to get with Roger, because again,
he just fills in the space, but it's not like his own individual story writing wise. I feel like Ace is y'all weaker link, where in comparison I would not say Todoroki or Endeavor is the weaker link. I'm definitely writing wise more on Endeavor's side than I am Todoroki, because I've seen Todoroki's before.
Endeavor,
you think Endeavor's the weaker link?
Yeah, for sure. I think Endeavor is literally just trying to follow up in the limelight of being the next All Might, and he's just ashamed that he never got to get that spot.
But look how much different he is than All Might. Endeavor is a cold-hearted, he kind of has the writing of a villain. He's just a good guy, which we don't get to see. So who will we compare Endeavor to? If Endeavor was compared to like Zuko's father, Endeavor will be the bad guy. He's literally looking for the perfect person to be with, abandoning his kids just so that he can have the perfect being. He finally sort of gets it, and then it still changes, and he still never turns into the bad guy. He's doing what he needs to do. To me, Endeavor is a breath of fresh air. He's still a piece of, but still, he's a breath of fresh air writing wise, because we never get to see a character like that, in my opinion. Who would you compare him to?
No, I get what you're saying. If we want to count dad for dad, I feel like at least Roger was able to love on his wife enough where she was the whole Ace, 2, 3, 4 months after she was past due, so that Ace wouldn't die when he was born and all that. At least he was a better husband. He could have been a better dad.
Beating on his wife.
This ain't the who's the better dad.
That's her fault.
This is not the who's the better husband, who's the better father video. Writing wise though, like that is honorable, but Roger was already up there and honorable. Even if he didn't do that and we didn't know about that, it still wouldn't make him any different. That's why I'm thinking
Ace is a carbon copy though, because for Roger, we didn't have him have somebody to try to look up to that was a part of his family. Ace was always being compared to Roger. Roger wasn't being compared to somebody. So like Roger didn't even know his dad, and he was already being compared to him or getting hate from him. He's like, I don't even know this man, and you guys are already putting some bias on me. So he was trying to do his best to be like, I'm not like my dad. Like, stop comparing me to
every
him.
son named Junior. Look at LeBron James' son right now. Like, that's not a new story. We've seen it before. Just because he has 1, 2, 3 things, to me, writing wise, they did not show anything different from Ace. Ace should have had some resolve. I feel like Ace should have been on the bridge of turning evil or something like that. it would have mixed the story up a little bit. I'm not, and God Oda, whatever y'all want to say. I know y'all like to dig eat, but like all I'm saying is Ace, comparatively writing wise, I think falls flat when we comparing them to Todoroki and Endeavor. There's no copy of Endeavor I think that y'all can name. Todoroki is he's a copy of literally one of
Zuko,
the best written animated cartoons ever. Like Zuko is up there.
Well, the closest carbon copy you could say of Endeavor would be Vegeta. Like you would say that Endeavor takes after Vegeta, but Vegeta's writing, just like Endeavor's writing, it's very, very good. You see this guy where if you still hate him, okay, that's cool. That's just how life works. But if you start to forgive him as you see him trying to crawl his way back into being a decent person after realizing, man, I really fell flat here. I'm not a good person. And he's telling them, you guys just watch me. You don't got to forgive me. And frankly, it's kind of cool because they kind of don't forgive him really.
But he just keeps trying like a hero. It's realistic. It's like, it's because in most stories, Endeavor does not actually get punished for his actions. By the end of the story, that part of the story is way more interesting than bald-headed Deku. So like, I'm paying attention to the family than I am Deku and stuff.
And Deku still getting the smoke even in the video.
He catching strays everywhere.
But we'll leave it at that. Y'all let us know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Who is written better, Ace and Roger or Shoto and Endeavor? We'll argue with you in the comment section. Let us know. Also, 90% of y'all are not subscribed, so subscribe.
What's up?
Your mom's a hoe. And we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.
Get some help.
Manetta gonna be in your closet.
Oh no.